Hello and welcome to another creative customisations video. Today we're going to take a look at a design that I did on a Little Bro Vapes Reviews t-shirt. It was a request from one of my good friends, Darth Vaper. You may or may not be aware of who that is. He's a good laugh, he's a good lad, we love him to bits. Darth asked me to do a design for him, sent me the t-shirt along, and of course I jumped at the opportunity, so I made this stencil. Looks pretty good, yeah? Pretty straightforward. It's Darth vaping. You're going to place the stencil on the back of the t-shirt, wherever it is that you feel comfortable. I tend to put my main picture right up, basically where the armpits sit. I find that will be roughly in the right place when it's actually on the person, and also it helps for anybody that's got long hair. Darth doesn't. Darth's got pretty short hair, so it goes, as you can see, a little bit further up with his name. It sits higher up on the shoulder. So you've seen me do this before. Take my watercolour pencil, hold down the stencil nice and neat, make sure it's level on both sides, make sure we've got the right central, and just start drawing around the stencil. Take your time with it, there's no prizes at the end, and once we've done that, this is how it looks. So because of the amount of small pieces, I used a fresh blade in my craft knife just to start the holes in the areas that I needed to cut out so I could get my scissors in there. Again, I took a lot of time doing this. I've speeded this video up to like 400%, and you know, I'm still cutting quite slowly, as you can see. You know, I'm not tearing through it, so just be careful, because it's really easy to cut a piece that you didn't mean to cut, especially when you're working with such a thin design where there's small amounts of fabric left. Also be very careful that you don't stretch the t-shirt when you're working with t-shirt material. If it's thin strips, when you stretch it, it will stay stretched, it won't go back, you know, so just watch out for that. As you can see, I'm having a few problems with the really thin bits, so this is where you need to be careful, but I cut the chunks of material that were going to be thrown away off, and you might be able to see that little piece there just keeps curling up at the end. That will obviously be sorted out when I come to sew it. I actually used a little bit of fabric glue just to keep it straight while I got my stitches in there. On this one, it's the first time I've done that. It's not something I normally have to do, but this design did warrant it. So I'm going to get the rest of this cut out, because it did take me a long time. I'm not going to put you through all of that. Once we've got it all cut out, then you'll be able to see what it looks like with the white fabric behind it. And yeah, I know Darth Vader, he's got a black suit on, he's, you know, but it's a black t-shirt, so if we put black behind that t-shirt, it's just going to be no point to it, is there? I might as well just, so he's going to be white for a change. And there you go. So this is everything cut out. It does look a little bit strange at the moment because obviously we've not got everything sewn into place, so it keeps moving. Here what I've done is just flip the t-shirt inside out, laid my fabric down, the piece of fabric that's going to be sort of highlighting the Darth design, and I'm going to base stitch, so nice long stitches just all the way around that square of fabric. And what that does is just hold it in place. It means I don't need to use pins all the time, and we just take the stitches out at the end. Again, it's something you've seen me do before. It's less dangerous. I tend to have a lot of accidents with pins. It hurts. You can see I've got the design all pinned into place, so off to the machine I go, and I'm just going to machine around the helmet of Darth Vader and his cloud of vapour, and I'm doing that just basically to make sure that the white material is held in place quite nicely, and then I'm only having to worry about the design itself, all the intricate pieces that have been cut. I only have to think about those. I'm not having to adjust the white material all the time or anything like that. On the sewing machine, take it slow, take it steady. We're not winning any races here. There's, you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Keep control, move your material around as you need to, and get it all sewn into place. Now, the actual face design itself, I sewed that by hand off camera because you've seen me sew things before by hand. It's not rocket science, but it takes forever. So we're at the stage where we're pulling out the basting stitches. Flip the t-shirt back and cut the excess material away. So when we're cutting the excess material away, just be careful that you don't go through the stitching that you've done, because then you'll have to do it all again. And believe me, the amount of hours you put into a project like this, you don't want to have to start it all again. This just neatens things up as well. If you enjoyed that video, don't forget to do all the good YouTubey things, and I will catch you again next time. Thanks for watching.